Action!
Welcome to Monaco Electric, the preview show, as we look forward to round 6 of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship.
The most iconic racetrack in the world is about to have another chapter written.
The streets of Monaco have hosted races since 1929, when it held the first Monaco Grand Prix, and since then it's become a legendary venue in motorsports history.
After 93 years of history, the full Monaco Grand Prix circuit plays host to the Monaco E-Prix.
The latest chapter in that rich history is being written by the stars of Formula E, who are about to electrify the European Principality once more.
Monaco is a special one, obviously. You know, there's a lot of heritage, a lot of history. I think every corner has had something happen in that racetrack.
It's the one event, the one race that every racing driver wants to win at.
It's always a special place to go. I remember when I was a kid, you dream of racing there, so I think to come there in Formula E is very special.
Representing the race of the future in such a historic circuit is quite something.
Based on the glamorous Mediterranean coast, Monaco has made a name for itself as a home to the rich and famous. But thanks to its motorsport heritage, it's also home to some of the fastest drivers on the planet. Monaco's streets offer a unique challenge to drivers, with the iconic circuit known as a place where overtakes are rare. But in 2021, Formula E turned that idea on its head.
What a race, what a fight.
In Season 7, the Monaco E-Prix was run for the first time on the full Monaco street circuit, with Antonio Felix da Costa leading off from pole position for DS Techeetah.
All 5 lights are on. And we go green in Monaco. It's a lot of wheel spin for Pascal Wehrlein further back, and Evans has got a good getaway.
From the first lap, there was drama.
Now we're into the hairpin, but I think someone's off. Oh, and there's a contact there.
Honestly, these guys are crazy.
Having started on the front row, Envision Virgin's Robin Freins soon took the lead of the E-Prix on lap 3.
Robin Freins on the attack. He's through. Freins ahead of da Costa.
As da Costa lunged for attack mode, the pack was shuffled, but fireworks at the chicane put him back on the tail of Freins.
Verne is going for Evans, round the outside at the New Nouvelle chicane. Brilliant wheel-to-wheel racing on the streets of Monaco.
And the battle at the sharp end raged on.
Freins covers the inside, da Costa sweeps to the outside, turns in, takes the lead.
On a track where overtakes are rare, Formula E was showing how it's done, as Mitch Evans in attack mode became the third different leader for Jaguar Racing.
He's going for it now. Oh, what a move! Evans up through Beau Rivage, takes the lead of the Monaco E-Prix.
In the closing stages, the Kiwi was running low on useful energy.
Let's keep our targets under control. I'm going to struggle here.
And had to hold back to ensure he'd make it to the finish line.
Evans holds the lead. Final lap of the E-Prix is going to be so close for Mitch Evans to get to the end of this. Oh, and it covers the inside.
And this is it, Jack. The next braking zone, absolutely critical for the win of this race.
Da Costa smelled blood.
Coming down into the New Nouvelle chicane. Da Costa to the outside and to the lead. All locked up. Gets it stopped. Da Costa takes the lead on the final lap.
Masterclass.
Da Costa cleared him. Da Costa comes through the final corner. Da Costa wins in Monaco. And Freins gets second, does he? Yes! An unreal end to the E-Prix.
Come down and tell me that I just won.
Antonio Felix da Costa and DS Techeetah take the win at the Monaco E-Prix.
Antonio Felix da Costa making a big splash in Monaco, but will the Portuguese driver sink or swim in Season 8? After 5 thrilling rounds, the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship is set to return to the Mediterranean coast and the streets of Monaco. The legendary track will host the world's premier all-electric racing series for a 5th time in April for one of the highlights of the season. But before we get the drivers' thoughts ahead of the race, here's Formula E commentator and 3-time Indy 500 winner Dario Franchitti with his guide to the iconic circuit.
The Monaco E-Prix track has been changed. 19 turns of the most famous corners in the world.
And the changes start immediately at the first corner, Saint-Devote. We're not going
Down there, the old Formula E track, we're going up there on the traditional layout. The corner itself narrows down on entry, making things very difficult at the start of the race. The drivers need to get off the brake pedal, run as much speed into the apex as possible, but from then on you must get back to the throttle as early as you possibly can, because the hill all the way up to Massenet is very, very steep.
Flat out through the kinks of Beau Rivage to Massenet at the top of the hill, a corner that rewards high entry speed. It's very difficult to keep the rear of the car under control here.
And the next corner is Casino Square, a fairly quick right-hander with a compression in the middle. On exit, the camber of the road spits the car out, so expect the drivers to be catching big snaps of oversteer as they head off down the hill past the tip-top bar. And to spice things up even more, the attack mode activation zone has been placed in a really tricky position on the outside of the turn.
Down through Mirabeau, then a brush of the brakes.
And the downhill continues into the Fairmont hairpin. Over the years, it's had a few names, and it's a pretty standard hairpin. But just look at this location, instantly recognisable to any race fan.
No time to enjoy the view. A good line through Poitiers is critical, because after that you've got the long straight through the kink in the tunnel. How brave are you going to be? Possibly side by side at maximum speed?
Out of the tunnel, Nouvelle chicane, downhill bumpy braking zone, and the chicane is even tighter than normal. This is definitely the main overtaking opportunity of the lap, probably the focal point of a lot of action.
The chicane is a different shape to the traditional layout, but you still need a good exit for the run down to Tabac, keeping millimetres from the famous walls on entry and exit.
The first part of swimming pool is flat out, and there's a lovely smooth surface to help you. The second part, you've got to apex this barrier. Very easy to get it wrong and clip the barrier. The last apex, you've got to monster the curb, get as much of the car over the curb as you possibly can, but not too much, because if the tub of the car hits the curb, the wheels come off the ground, you hit the barrier.
Safely through, then it's Rascasse, a double apex corner with difficult entry as you're turning and braking. It's easy to lock up on the way in.
A tricky corner to end the lap at Anthony knows. As you get to the apex and head off to the exit, getting back to throttle, it's off camber, downhill. So when you get the inevitable snap of oversteer on the exit, you use the curb over there to arrest the slide and head off towards the finish line. And that's a lap of the iconic Monaco circuit.
I'm very much looking forward for the Monaco race, using the same track as the Formula 1 layout. It's probably one of my favorite tracks, and they always perform quite well on this track. It's obviously an iconic circuit.
It's one of the highlights of the season for sure. Monaco is always those legendary places where you want to do well, and you want to be in a podium and hopefully win.
And Frans gets second, does he? Yes! Frans at the line!
Monaco is definitely such a place where you can't really do a mistake, or else that's race done for you.
Yeah, it's a very glamorous place to race. You have the harbour with the boats. There's some great places around there as well. Last season we had the first Monaco race in Formula E on the big track, and was one of the highlight races of the season in Formula E.
Here comes Frans for the lead. He's through.
It's exciting to have that kind of racing around the streets of Monaco.
I think the show we put on was fantastic. I don't think we've seen that many passes for the lead at Monaco for years. Luckily I was in the mix of that.
He's going for it now! Oh, what a move! Evans up through Beau Rivage!
And formally I think it's actually a perfect balance between sort of speed and the width of the cars, and obviously with the energy management it does help.
It's fast for a Formula E car, and there's some longer corners. We're a bit more used to hairpins and 90 degrees. To play with the car between those walls is quite something.
Monaco is a special one, obviously. There's a lot of heritage, a lot of history. I think every corner has had something happen in that racetrack.
Da Costa to the outside and to the lead!
Winning the championship here is huge, but winning Monaco in the process of doing that is a big highlight for us. Most special win of the year for sure.
Jean-Eric Verne of DS Techeetah leads the way in the Drivers' Championship ahead of round 6, with the Frenchman knowing the taste of victory in Monaco. With only 9 points separating the top 4, the championship is on a knife edge ahead of the Monaco E-Prix. Join us on April the 30th to find out who will reign supreme on the illustrious streets of Monaco.
Monaco is Monaco, it's magic.
Very iconic, very glamorous.
Every driver dream of racing in Monaco.
Not into Tabac! Oh, into Tabac! Oh, what a move! Evans up through Beau Rivage! Da Costa to the outside and to the lead!
Masterclass.
Da Costa wins in Monaco. And Rines gets second, does he? Yes.
Calm down and tell me that I just won.